I've been watching boards being made my whole life. I grew up in a surfboard factory. My father was Terry Fitzgerald. After many years, I've really aspired to be a shaper myself. Watching guys like Simon Anderson and getting boards off Rod Dowberg, Jack Reeves and other famous shapers, I feel like it's my turn to give back and to put something back into the surfboard industry. This is a story of me shaping a board, taking what I know and testing it in the water. We're going to start our journey at Dion's. This is where the surfboards come from, and heaps of foam. All the boards have a fingerprint, from the original longboards to the Hawaiian guns and the performance shortboards. We found a few rocker sticks in the back to find out some of the history of the surfboards. Surfers like Rawson and Merrick and Terry and Simon and hundreds of surfers have come through here. Surfboards being made from the 60s to now. The foam is blown into a mould, sort of like aliens being born. The blanks are then taken to the cutting room where they're cut in half and the stringers are glued in the centre and the blank is glued back together. The history they have here is what we need to make the perfect board. All the boards are stored in a huge storage area, ready for shipping to the manufacturer. There's magic in every detail of building a surfboard. By feeling and sight, I can focus on the form and shape of the board. Looking over the deck, I just bring my imagination into reality. Hand shaping is like that for me, using hand tools and my own skill. I know what I'm going to get, I know when I stuff up. First, the templates are used to draw the outline. We use 3 points to measure the width, the nose and the tail. Then these points are joined together with the template. Cutting the board by hand is much like building, using the handsaw and the planer and the shaping tools. It's something I'm good at, something I've done for a long time. I can imagine what the board's going to be like when I'm shaping it. It's a methodical process shaping a board. Everything has to be even. Both sides of the board, the nose and the tail, the volume, everything has to be perfect. The weight of the board, the way it serves. Just looking and feeling the board makes me wonder, is this going to be the magic board? I'm now going to take my hand-shaped board to Luke so he can copy it, so I can take a spare board to Hawaii. Okay, Luke, how would you go about measuring up a hand-shaped surfboard?
Okay, so we put it on the measuring box here. We measure from the tail forward in increments of, depending on how close you want to get it. I work off 300 mils, work up for the rocker and down for the thickness. And the thickness is what measurement you got, you minus out of 300 for the size of the box. And that gives you your equation.
Okay, and your outline?
The outline comes off the same points that we've measured off a straight line, and we just measure half of the board, as that's what the program needs, is just half the measurement of the board.
Luke measures the board, every millimetre. It's so unbelievable how much detail goes into measuring the boards. Once he's got all the measurements, he then adds the data into the computer. We have a look at it on the screen to see the board, to see how it comes up on the machine. He checks the rails, the thickness, the volume, and the rocker and the curve. I'm just looking at lines, lots of green lines, but he assures me the board's perfect. Once the board's in there, it's amazing to see the machine cut it. Up and down, crossways. The board just is skimmed quicker than I can believe.
Still I'm hoping out to close. Gaze is true. 'Cause I'm for you. I'm pouring out the
It truly is amazing to see a machine board cut so perfect.
It's all from you. So is
After he's done the laps, he then puts the filler coat on and the logos. From glassing to finning, he'll cut the fin box, sand it, put the plug in, polish it. Everything is done right here at the glassing factory. Once the board's finished, he'll then hand it over. But I really appreciate everything he does. After spending the last few weeks in the shaping bay, my wife Krista and I are headed to Hawaii. I made an 810 for Waimea Bay, or Big Sunset, a 7.3 for Pipeline and Backyards, and a 6.6 for Rocky Point. I'm really eager to get over there and get into the big stuff. been a wonderful experience to shape and craft my own surfboards. Like many surfers and shapers before me, and many more to come, the surfboard will always evolve and change. One thing will remain: the love of surfing.